Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a few altcoins, maybe 5 or 6, and we're going to start here with Telcoin. Really, the market is looking very much positive. You can see that on my watch list here, we have things up 32%, 30%. I mean, it's double figures left, right, and center, giving me like 2017, 2021 kind of vibes. So I think it's really one of those moments when millionaires are going to be made, and you're going to see with some of these altcoins. We're going to start here with Telcoin. But we've got SUPRA, we've got Velo, we've got Qubic, we also have got Alchemy Pay. So maybe we'll also touch a little bit on Ethereum. But before I start, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. And of course, I want you to give me that feedback so that I know if I can continue sharing with you my thoughts on this specific altcoins. So let's start with Telcoin, and we can see that immediate short term, if I look at the daily time frame, there is a very clear symmetrical triangle that you can see right here. And symmetrical triangles, as we know them, they are continuation patterns. Continuation in which way? You are thinking this is obviously an uptrend, so we're looking to continue to push towards the upside. Now, once again, if you want to be looking at this like from the bottom here, right around November 24, you can see that you can also be treating this one as a pole and a pennant right there. So the technical price target would be a measured move at the break of the symmetrical triangle, which you can see on top, that you'll be looking to get at least somewhere around a 600% Telcoin. I think this is really, really great. But in the context of the whole bull cycle, you realize that once we grab off Fibonacci retracement tool from the very top until the bottom, it's leading you to like the very important Fibonacci retracement levels. We're talking about the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level. But to really be able to clear this after having the 600% run, you're looking at an amazing figure. Let me just go ahead and quote the price. I guess I've been talking about this a lot on X, and I think 11 cents is something that is very much possible. From where the price is sitting right now, you're looking at around a 15, 16x, 17x maybe. But I think this is something that is very much decent. I'm just imagining somebody who bought this one at the very lows back here in November. By the time we get to something like 11 cents, you're looking at 95x. I mean, congratulations, and I'm really crossing my fingers that this happens, and I'm rooting for you, right? I will be giving you more information every now and then, but we're taking a look at another one here. This is Alchemy Pay, and this really has been making the noise of late. So Alchemy Pay is looking at a resistance, as you can see here, but the good thing about the resistance is that it has been tested multiple times. You can go back as far as something like 2022, so you can see it has been tested once, twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, 6, and this is the 7th time. So this is very much basic, because you have to understand that the more you hit on a resistance level, or a support level for that matter, is the more likely you're going to be able to break it. So in my mind, I'm looking at it saying that already we are in a very positive bull run. Why shouldn't this resistance be broken? I think it's going to be broken, and we're going to be seeing a rally that is going to be very fast. The kind of things that we saw with XRP, maybe going 3x in terms of like a week or something like. These are the kind of price action that I'm looking forward to. Now, to put the icing on the cake here with Alchemy, I was looking at the total market cap, and this is looking fantastic. It's actually too good. But let me just give you a glimpse of what I'm taking a look at. Now, this is the volume list you see I've indicated with these arrows. And I was just curious to say, okay, whenever we have had this much of volume on this price chart, how high have we actually pumped? So you see, the first time that I've indicated here, the pump was really that big. It was actually more than 153x, not 53%, 153x. That's really, really cool, right? The second time we had this much of volume, we saw the price pumping up maybe something like 11x. Not as something as big as 153%, but 153x I should be saying. But from where we are right now, if we continue with this kind of standards, right, we have seen that from support, the price has managed to pump something like, maybe 150%. I think that this is not dead down, right? Because in the worst case scenario, you're looking to repeat what we did in 2021. And you're looking at right around a 20x, from the support level. From where the price is sitting right now, that is maybe a 5x. I don't believe that this is all it can do in this bull cycle, but this is a very positive indication as to, big gains coming from this whole thing. I will be updating you maybe on X or here on YouTube on how high I think that Alchemy Pay can go this bull cycle. One of my favorite altcoins is Arweave. It's such an obvious 10x for me from where the price is right now, and even way more than that, because the structure that we have had here, I mean, we have seen it, I would say, hundreds of times in the market. So I would actually be trading this even with a blind eye. I don't know what that means, but what I'm just trying to say is that it's too much obvious that Arweave is headed for a 1.61 Fibonacci extension level. So if you grab your retracement to from the very top until the bottom here, we're looking at right around $150 for Arweave. That's an obvious 10x. I mean, a trade with this one right around a 5x leverage. So by the time you achieve that 10x, you've already had a 50x instead because you are on leverage, right? By the way, I was calling that trade in the Patreon. Actually, we trade on Discord, but you can join the Discord group via the Patreon. So if you want to be doing that, you can also feel free to check the link that is going to be there in the description. So I'm comparing Arweave price action to what we have seen with Total 2, and I really don't have to explain much. You can see that for the Total 2, once the support level was holding here, you were actually catapulting very much strongly towards the upside. So this is the same scenario that I anticipate Arweave to do. But let me go ahead and show you SUPRA, which is really a total gem, right? So this altcoin really has got potential because number one, the community is actually too good. The project itself is also very good. Now, at this point, we have been trading in this channel, and today we were threatening a breakout. We actually broke out that if we go to a 4-hourly time frame, you see that there was actually a breakout. So, I mean, outside of that channel. But for now, what I would really love to see is a daily candle managing to close above the price, maybe I would say of right around 2.4, 2.5 cents. That would really just be putting the nail on the coffin of the bears, and probably they'll never wake up from that, because I think it's very easy to anticipate something like a 10x from where the price is sitting, which is right around 26 cents. I think it's really an underestimate in terms of like how high it can go in the bull cycle. I would really be surprised if I don't see this thing at $1, which is actually also bare minimum, right? But I mean, let's just try to be as conservative as possible. I think this is something that is great. So SUPRA, I'm very much bullish on, and I'm just going to be waiting to see if we have a daily candle outside of that, channel, which also has got a downward sloping resistance. So that's 2.5, 2.4, 2.5 cents is something that is very key for me, at least today. But long term, yeah, I think there's nothing really much to worry about SUPRA. Now, another one that I'm big on is Velo. And with Velo, the structure has always been very clear with XCN, in which we saw XCN pumping more than 16% in 2 weeks. I mean, that's really cool. So for Velo, in terms of how long it's going to take to pump, I really cannot predict time. But the trajectory, as you can see here, is very clear. So my fingers are crossed that we follow in that trajectory. We have had a nice back test. So it's one of those things where you're just waiting for the rest of the market to start pumping. But I anticipate something like a 20x from Velo. That's pretty cool. Immediate short term, I was looking at this symmetrical triangle, and it appears as if we've already gotten a back test of this whole thing. So yeah, maybe you can be looking at something like a 244%. So let's see how that goes. But I mean, you can see the charts really, they are looking safe. The last coin that I wanted to talk about in today's video is Qubic, which is also one project that I think is great. Number one, it's a new project, relatively new, and you have to understand that in a bull market, new projects, they really usually take the limelight, right? So what we have had so far is very basic, as I always talk about. It's a Wyckoff accumulation pattern that you can see happening here, and it's being back tested with this channel that you can see. And from here, once the channel is broken, I'm expecting an easy 10x. So in terms of like how really high it can get this bull cycle, I'm not really sure, but I would say that projects like these ones can guarantee a 10x or something like that. So immediate short term, I'm just waiting to see if we have something changing. With RSI, we have already seen some support coming in right there, but I would really love to see a break of the downward sloping channel. So that's where we are sitting with all these altcoins that I'm super bullish on. I want to really know your thoughts so we can have a conversation. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then of course, if you want to be trading with us in our private Discord group, you can feel free to join via Patreon. Bye bye.